energies, you just took it to the next level. Really did. Thank you so much. And good morning. And this morning, our topic is the law of giving and receiving. And the Bible has a great verse that I just love. It's give that you may receive, that your joy may be full. Now, this is very key, because in the law of giving and receiving, you know, it's interesting when some people want to just kind of hold on, and they're holding on, and then finally they kind of let go and give something out. I'm wondering, why are my demonstrations and manifestations in life so inconsistent? Give that ye may receive, that your joy may be full. Now, joy, we know, is the most infallible sign of the presence of God. Joy. That is an energy. That is like an opening to the universe. Give, so that opens the path to what? To receive. And when we're experiencing that joy, in fact, it's my daughter has a joke that never tell her husband anything because he's so excited about what he wants to give her that he ends up telling her. I mean, you know, he's so excited. He can hardly wait to give her what he's got for her. And it's so great because that's how the universe treats us. It's just pouring itself on us with its gifts, with its manifestations, with its demonstrations of good. And it's up to us to open the space to allow it in. How many of us, when we receive a compliment, you know, on our clothes, go, oh, this old thing, oh, you know. Or how many of us say, thank you, blame it on Mario. Yes, that I look so great, right? Put in that little wonderful commercial for Mario in Palm Springs, because you go into his shop, there is joy and there is energy and there is light, and Michael's always there, and you know, to tell us how beautiful we are. It's just great. You just want to keep going back. And energetically, a compliment, an acknowledgement is a gift. So we learn to say thank you. How many of us go out and someone wants to pick up the tab, we go, oh, no, 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 no. Or do we say, thank you? I accept. That's so very kind. See, there's a law of circulation in the universe, and we're allowing that flow in. And the minute that we don't accept our good, or we downplay it and we dismiss it and minimize it, we're minimizing ourselves and the opportunity that we have to receive from the universe. And Jesus was very, very clear about that. And the widow who gave her little mite, he said, not in all of Israel is there a gift more powerful than this one. And they go, she gave one mite. That's like a penny. What's this all about? She gave all she had. And she created such a space to receive. When we know, I'm not going to outgive God. I'm not going to outgive the universe. We open something within us. And whenever a homeless person asks me for a gift, and I say, do I look like the soft touch? And I said, you look kind. You know, and I always give, because that's an avenue of giving and receiving. And the last guy I gave to kiss my hand, and he was just, I said, that is so dear of you. And I know that this is just a moment in your life, and that you're going to create something wonderful. And he said, oh, thank you so much. That we all have our moments, therefore but the grace of God go I. And so when we realize that we're all equals, we're in different circumstances, but we're all equals in the sight of God. There's no large or small in the one mind that knows all. We're all that body of Christ consciousness, the Buddha nature, the holy I am presence that sees us as one. I love the story where there was a company that needed a boiler replaced. Must have been back east, right? And so they had to call the repair company, and the gentleman came out, and he fiddled around with some sort of a little opening, little door thing, and he was fiddling with it and opened it up. And then he went into his pack and he pulled out a screw, and he took the other one out and he screwed it in and closed the little latch and said, that'll be $100, please. And the owner said, $100? You were barely here 5 minutes. What's that about? And he goes, I'll break it down for you. It was $1 for the screw and $99 knowing where to put it. Okay, think about it. The turn of the screw of life, right? That there is an expertise and there is an energy and a belief in oneself. And when we have the knowledge, and I believe that, wisdom is there for us. The door to wisdom is open to us. And that every day to learn something new, to allow ourselves, I read the Science of Mind textbook every day, 365 days, Ernest Holmes, and unity. I have my little 3 things, and I go out and I meditate, and I feel that energy, and I feel that goodness pouring through me. And that whatever is up for the day, and it doesn't mean that everything's going to go our way by any stretch of the imagination, because stuff happens and stuff comes up. And I remember Ashley Brilliant in the 60s, and those of us that were children of the 60s. And there are these amazing bumper stickers, and it says, I've abandoned my search for truth, now I'm just looking for a good fantasy. So energetically, life is about seek and ye shall find, knock and the door shall be opened unto you. Ask, right, and it shall be given. So when I ask to have that assurance, to really know, ask that I know I'm receiving. Seek and ye shall find, that the truth is there for us. It's there. And knock and the door shall be opened unto us, because the door, remember, always opens from within. Always opens. We must open the space to allow that energy to do what it does best. That there is a universal energy that allows us to know that when Catherine Ponder wrote The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, and she said she was just this little minister way out of the Midwest, and things weren't going very well for her, and she put these prosperity techniques in place. She said, my life transformed, and I began working this way of life. I began opening to the blessings of life. Think about it in spirit, mind, and body. That we have stuff that goes on energetically with our body, and that every single day when we surrender to a power and a presence within us, to know that every cell of our body temple really is a template of Christ consciousness. And Jesus said, destroy this house, and in 3 days I will build it up again. So how many of us have been in bed for 3 days, and we're like, oh yeah, okay, feeling a little shaky, but I know that one goes before me and prepares the way, and that I can get from A to B. So it's interesting, when I was flying back from India, I sat next to 2 ladies from South Africa, a mother and a daughter. And I sat down, and she said, I'm just so happy you sat next to me. And I said, well, thank you. I'm happy I sat next to you, too. And she said, no, you just don't understand. I mean, we've been traveling a long time, and we've had various people, sit next to us, but never this lady in white that looks like an angel. We're just really ready for you. And so, good, great. So her daughter was studying metaphysics, and she was actually born in California. Her mother lived in Loma Linda, and they were flying to go and visit her mother. And we had this amazing connection. And she told me a story about in South Africa where they were burglarized. And she said that he held her at gunpoint, that her 2 children were in the house, and that she tried to escape, and he tackled her and hit her, on the head with the gun. And she said, I never did lose consciousness. I just kept knowing that help was on the way, and I just kept moving through this energy and thinking, this too shall pass. And as scary as it was, I knew there was a power and a presence and an energy that was there with us, and that we were going to be all right. And I said, you affirmed that to the universe. You declared that to the universe. And she said, I finally got to the door, and I screamed for the neighbors, which frightened them, and then they left, but were captured. And she had like a big thing on her head, and all of that, stitches, and was in the hospital. And her kids, her daughter was tied up. She said, I was tied up like a pig, with just ropes everywhere. It was unbelievable. And the son hid under the bed. Well, she said, I want to go to the prison, and I want to see this man who did this. And he had an accomplice that was like out in the yard. But the one that did, the incredible mistreatment and abuse, she wanted to see him. And so she went into the prison. She said, I just really want you to know that I forgive you. And that it took a lot for us. But what you did for us is that we value life so much more than we did. We kind of was taking things for granted. And we had this near-death experience. And our family is closer than ever. Her husband was away. Our family is closer than ever. And I want you to know, I forgive you. She said he just wept and just talked about his life and all the things that he had been through. And she said, well, you're going to be in prison for a long time, and you're going to get to think a lot about this. But just remember that when you get out, that you can recreate your life. And I said, spoken like a true metaphysician, and the fact, in the laws of giving and receiving, when we give forgiveness, we open the space, such an amazing, miraculous space for ourselves, to really look into someone's eyes and say, I forgive you. And she said, I was bruised from head to foot. I mean, it was amazing, but we had such gratitude. It was just, and I said, this is such an amazing story that you were able to come through that, out on the other side, looking so, and she was gorgeous, radiant, and beautiful. And your daughter, who is, she wants to be a metaphysical minister, and so she's going to get in touch with me, that we didn't sit down by chance. We had a divine appointment to be there. And we met. And she was so grateful that I sat down next to her, and this amazing exchange of energy. This is the law of giving and receiving. And one of the things at the Chopra Center that I just absolutely love that I wanted to share with you, and it's about the law of giving and receiving. And it's, the universe operates through a dynamic exchange. Just think about it. The universe operates through a dynamic exchange. Giving and receiving are different aspects of flow of energy in the universe and in our willingness to give that which we seek. We keep the abundance of the universe circulating in our lives. So we give what we want. If I want more love, what do I give? I give love. If I want more money, I give money. If I want more acceptance, I throw my energy of acceptance out into the universe. I will put the law of giving and receiving into effect by making a commitment to take the following steps. Number 1, wherever I go and whomever I encounter, I will bring them a gift. The gift may be a compliment, a flower, or a prayer. Today I will give something to everyone I come into contact with, and so I will begin the process of circulating joy, wealth, and affluence in my life and in the lives of others. Step 2, today I will gratefully receive all the gifts that life has to offer me. I will receive the gifts of nature, sunlight and the sound of birds singing, or spring showers, or the first snow of winter. I will also be open to receiving from others, whether it be in the form of a material gift, money, a compliment, or a prayer. I will make a commitment today to keep wealth circulating in my life by giving and receiving life's most precious gifts, the gifts of caring, affection, appreciation, and love. Each time I meet someone, I will silently wish them happiness, joy, and laughter. And every time I've trained myself that every time I'm at a signal and the light is red and I'm sitting there, everyone who's turning left, I just go, God bless you. That one, he's in a real hurry, the angels go before him and prepare the way. God bless you. Every once in a while, someone will turn and they get it. They get the blessing. So everyone who's turning, I just bless them energetically. Because what I know at the deepest level is that we will never, ever outgive God. And that when we feel that someone has treated us unkindly, That's a call for compassion. And that doesn't mean that we don't vent and we don't go through our experiences and our hurt and our pain and all the things that that entails. But that on the other side of it, when we feel beat up, abused, and hit in the head, we can face them and we can look in their eyes and say, I forgive you. I forgive. And out of that forgiveness, our life expands in miraculous ways. And that we have the opportunity to give whatever it is that we have. If we don't have money, we give a smile. I saw a man today who didn't have a smile, so I gave him one of mine. There is always something to give. And to create a gratitude list every single day of our lives. And I remember sitting in the jacuzzi with Louise Hay, and I was telling her about someone who took some money from our ministry, and he was our treasurer. And it was $10,000. And we had a huge ministry, but still, it was just outrageous. I was stunned. And she said, you weren't paying attention. You weren't paying attention. Think about it. So everything shifted in that one sentence for me. And I began signing the checks, and I began looking at everything. Because, you know, we're all out here, we're doing the work of the ministry and visitations and hospital calls and weddings and memorials and christenings and all of it. But we need to pay attention. It's the business of living. It's about our Father, Mother, God's business. So in the law of giving, receiving, give that you may receive. That's a channel. And your joy may be full. Because the giving and receiving are both sides of the polarity. It's a resonance and it's an energy in the universe. And this is how it all unfolds. So today, as we think about that, we think about life and all the things that come up in our lives, that we can give energetically a blessing to someone passing by. We can give that smile. We can give that whatever it is to the homeless person. We can give. There's always an opportunity, because as we give, we receive. Because they're both sides, and it's just as blessed to receive as it is to give. And remember what I say, that I do this for me. And if you get something out of it, wonderful. Because the moment I think I'm doing this for you, I go into, oh my God, all I'm doing. Oh my goodness. And we go into this whole, almost like a victim mentality. And when we go into a victim mentality, that does not serve us. So when we get it, everything we do for ourselves. Give, what? That you may receive, that your joy may be full. We do it for the joy and the energy that we receive out of giving it. And we are the ones that are the greatest benefactors of life. Give, that you may receive, that your joy may be full. Because joy is the most infallible sign of the presence of God. Nothing happens by chance. And that's why I love our way of life, is that we can create or recreate our lives at any moment. It's all there for us. As I sit and ponder this life's beguiling quest, I wonder of the answer to the awe-inspiring guest. Its voice is ever present as I sit and contemplate, wondering of the answer to the riddle of my fate. But wait, my destiny is there to be, with an alone figure called me. Because we're going somewhere, and do you know where it is?
Higher.
We are going higher yet. Where?
Higher
yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is. God bless you.